Well, hello. Welcome to the Laser Institute of Pinehurst's Coffee and Questions chat. So you guys need to hop on and you need to share with your friends. If you're watching and you see the red live, then we are live. Otherwise, you're watching a replay. So if you'll hashtag replay, that way we can give you a nice shout out. I am going to jump on my iPad super quickly and share the video so we can actually get some interaction going on. So give me 1 second here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So what is today? Wednesday. Midweek Wednesday. Good deal. Hopefully you're here. Hey Crystal, how are you? So we are giving away, and anyone can win, whether you're in the state of North Carolina or whether you're far away. We are doing a giveaway today. So our first 10 people to ask us a question. So if you guys are familiar with the Laser Institute of Pinehurst or you're familiar with me, I am an esthetician at the Laser Institute of Pinehurst. I have been here now for, I don't want to admit it, but 13 years. We do all things from Botox injections, laser, facial, massage, all kinds of things. So if you have a question, this is the perfect time to answer it, for me to attempt to answer it. And like I said, our first 2 people to ask us a question, first 10 people to ask us a question are actually going to be entered into a drawing for a item of skincare. So hopefully we're going to give away 2 items of skincare. So if you have a question or anything whatsoever concerning the skin, concerning lasers, concerning Botox, at the Laser Institute of Pinehurst, of course, we have housed, I think we have 8 lasers now. So we do anything from sunspot removal to laser hair removal, vessels. We can do body contouring with our SculpSure device. Of course, we have a wellness side now. So we are actually starting to do IV therapy. We're starting to do bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So I know you guys have the chance today to ask questions. We have a good question. We have our first question. So is Cool Sculpting perfect to get rid of stubborn post-baby belly? So Cool Sculpting, and we also have warm sculpting now as well. So the body contouring devices that kind of started kind of taking the market by storm, are devices that can go in and actually, depending on how we do it, we can do it with cold, we can do it with heat, but we go in and basically destroy the fat cell. So absolutely. Here at the Laser Institute, we have SculpSure, which is this one here. We have a heat device that does the body contouring. The difference between heat and cool, obviously, you know the difference between hot and cold. But what we have found is that with heat, because heat, obviously, it's a lot quicker to melt an ice cube than it is to freeze it. We have found that the nice spread and the residual spread that you get from heat is destroying the fat cells even quicker. So it is perfect for stubborn for the stubborn post-baby belly. I will tell you, your ideal client for a Cool Sculpting or a SculpSure device is going to be someone who has maintained a good level amount of weight. So we don't want that candidate that's more of a yo-yo, or we want someone who has that stubborn fat. They really have tried most everything that they can. They've kind of exhausted their efforts to lose the weight via the gym and things like that. This is going to go get those stubborn areas. It's going to actually help heat up the tissue to help dissolve that adipose tissue, to help dissolve that fat. So yes, great question. And we do complimentary consultations for that. We'll have to do a live demo of the SculpSure here soon. One cool thing about the SculpSure device, which is kind of new to our practice in general, is we actually now can do the submental fat, which I have had a treatment done with the SculpSure device on the submental fat. So a lot of people who have that, I think I had brought a brochure, a lot of people who have that stubborn double chin. A lot of people who have this double chin going on, this SculpSure can go in there and it basically, same thing, it heats up that adipose tissue, goes in there and dissolves those fat cells. So you will get that tighter, more permanent result with that treatment because it's going to dissolve that. And I do know, so I know personally, because I am unfortunately, I have struggled with weight loss and weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, but I have regained weight, but have not regained my double chin. So it definitely did a permanent result on that area. Thank you so much for asking. So I have my second question. And yes, Crystal, yes, you can see results fairly quickly, but you'll get maximum results within that 6-month window after your first treatment. How many laser hair treatments until you get more permanent results? So how many laser hair treatments? So here at the Laser Institute of Pinehurst, which of course we do laser hair reduction because we know we definitely want to help get rid of that hair. We want to help as you progress in your hair removal treatments, the hairs are going to get thinner. They're going to be less of them, obviously. Here, how we do it, we usually do what your average package would be 5 treatments, and then anything above the 5 treatments is going to be touch-up treatments. I would say that 10 out of 10 people do need touch-up treatments. It just depends on the area of the body that we're working. So I would say that the thicker, coarser hairs like chin and below, neck and below, they tend to go away a little bit quicker. We don't have to do as many of your touch-up treatments. I feel like as we get a little older and we're fighting Mother Nature, she must be a hairy little thing because she sure does bless us with more hair as we get older. I feel like we have more touch-up treatments on that. Plus, you also have for women, it's like the hair falls off the men's heads and lands on our faces. So I feel like facial hair tends to take a few more treatments, but we definitely can make that process of having hair on the face, having hair on the lip, anything like that. We can make your life much easier with that. So yes, and then I missed a question. So you guys, my first 10 questions are going to put you, my first 10 people to ask questions is going to put you into the drawing for a free skincare product. Marie, absolutely. So back to the SculpSure, we're talking about getting rid of some belly fat in general. We have a couple different ways to get rid of that. Of course, you've got your good old-fashioned diet and exercise, and we can help you with that too, because we now have a wellness center, and they can get you set up on any plan that you need to get you to your goal. If you have fat that maybe you think, I don't need diet and exercise, I already do diet and exercise, that's not the problem. Maybe you have that hormonal fat that wants to stick around. If that's the case, yes, absolutely. SculpSure is a perfect device to go in there and melt away those stubborn fat cells that just want to stick around. You'll see girls that are men and women, I shouldn't say just girls. You'll see men and women alike that they're gym rats. They do everything right. They have a good healthy diet. They do all the things that they're supposed to, but they still maybe have that little stubborn area. So that is exactly where that comes into play. Okay, so the healing process. So what are we talking about for the healing process? Because truthfully, nothing as far as healing goes, I would say if you're gonna do a body contouring device, so if you're gonna do our SculpSure, you're not gonna have any kind of healing process. If you're gonna do a filler or an injection and or maybe even a laser treatment where we go in and we actually induce trauma to a certain area in order to get the result that we want, you'll have minimal downtime with the devices that we carry. If you go in right now and you were to search, laser anything, you may find a variety of before and after pictures where you're like, oh my goodness, what in the world happened to that person? We don't have to take that aggressive of an approach to results-driven laser treatments anymore whatsoever. We truly have found that if we can do less aggressive, less invasive procedures where you have no downtime really, maybe a little extra concealer, maybe some of our aggressive peels where you might want to stay out of the spotlight for a few days, especially if you're like gonna do some presentation or something. Cassie, hey, thank you for joining us. So, but yeah, as far as a downtime, I would say that with any of our treatments that we offer here at the Laser Institute of Pinehurst, you're not gonna have a lot of downtime. Even with our fillers and our injections. So our doctor, she's got awards. We have awards. You guys can come into our office. We're actually recognized by Allergan, who is the master of the Botox. That's their product. We have little crystal plaques laying all around the office where our doctor has earned, she's earned her right to say that she is a master injector. So you guys can come in and have a consultation for Botox, for filler, for they're truly starting to call filler like the liquid facelift, because same idea. Dawn, you had mentioned about downtime. You go in and you have a facelift, you are going to have some downtime. You're going to have some, I have to have with my friends, especially if I don't want them to know what I did. Whereas with the liquid facelift, you can schedule your appointment. You can come in, you can have the treatment done. You can avoid your friends, maybe avoid cocktail hour for a couple nights, but you'll go back within a week to your friends and they're going to be like, girl, what'd you do? They're going to know you couldn't have done a facelift because they just saw you last week. So, you're not, no magic. But I mean, you guys, the artistry that takes place in a treatment room with filler, it truly is amazing to watch someone. I mean, Dr. Melly goes in, she can create a lift in it's just amazing. I mean, it truly is amazing how far it's come. I've been here for 13 years now, and I remember when filler was just kind of like for right here and for the lips. And it's now evolved into so much more than that. I mean, we've got women coming in and having filler put in their hands so that they don't have the bony, vessely, crepey looking hand. We've got patients that come in and have fillers done in their earlobes because their earrings have pulled down their ears and they've got saggy earlobes. I mean, you name it. We have somehow started to master all these different techniques as technology and as just the artistry of being in there and working behind that needle has evolved. So you guys, that's something super, super fun. I have a few more spots on my list for the first 10 people to ask a question. We are going to put you guys in a drawing for a free skincare product. So if there's anything that you're wanting to know, and of course you guys share the love, because if anyone else wants to share the love with your friends, let them know that, hey, they're giving away something. But in case you are just watching, my name's Alicia. I am an esthetician and a laser technician here at the Laser Institute of Pinehurst. I've got, if you touch anywhere on the screen, you'll see the description of our kind of our coffee, and which my coffee's in the other room. Are you serious? I was gonna get to drink coffee on the job and I left it in the other room. But yes, we are doing a coffee and question, short little question and answer. So if any of you guys have any more questions, we've already touched base about downtime with laser treatments, about the SculpSure for the body contouring. We touch base with laser hair removal. So you guys, laser hair removal is hot. Nice item. Nice item on our menu that I feel like is one of my favorite things. For melasma and dark spots. Amanda, that is a fabulous question. So just in case you don't know what melasma is, so melasma is going to be, a lot of people see, good morning, Susan, thank you for joining us. A lot of people are going to actually sometimes confuse what melasma actually is. A lot of times melasma is going to be, hey, Tyler. So melasma can be that stubborn pigment that a lot of times we associate it more with that pregnancy mask. So if you've ever seen that, now of course, sunspots in general, when you see dark spots on the face, could also have nothing to do with hormonal sun damage at all, or hormonal changes in the body that can create hyperpigmentation. It's really just that pesky sun. So a lot of times what we see happening is you slathered on, when I was young, this is crazy, but we put mayonnaise. Did anybody ever do mayonnaise? I know that's gross, but we put mayonnaise on our bodies. We put baby oil and iodine. Who did it? I did it. So a lot of the sun damage that we have now, especially on our chest, on our hands, a lot of that is from that sunburn that we got when we, partied a little harder than we should have in our younger days. So it's come to the surface. So truthfully, as a technician that does laser treatments, pesky, just regular old sunspots to me are a playground because they're super, super easy to get rid of. Now, melasma, on the other hand, can be a little bit trickier because melasma is hormonal, so it can be a combination of sun damage, but it definitely can be a little bit more tricky. So of course we do have treatments for that. We usually with melasma truly need to combine you with a melanocyte suppressor to help prevent future sun damage. So we've got hydroquinone, we've got lightening agents with licorice root, we've got different avenues that we can do to get you there. A little bit trickier, but if it's just good old-fashioned sun damage, like, okay, I'm almost however old, and you've got these pesky little sunspots, easy peasy. Come in, we can get rid of those super quick. Stacy, great question. So that is unfortunately not the case with laser hair removal. It is not going to work on blonde facial hair, unfortunately. I will tell you, my favorite thing though, for the blonde facial hair, I do like dermaplaning. Dermaplaning is actually not for facial hair, it's to remove dead skin, but it's kind of a frosting to get rid of that facial hair. The laser has to see pigment. So if the hair has no pigment, if it's blonde or if it's gray, and there's no pigment, the laser can't see it. I have had patients though on occasion to pluck a hair and it actually have a dark root. So if it has a dark root, then you're a perfect candidate. If it does not, electrolysis is more the avenue that you need to go if you want to seek a more permanent solution. Thank you for your question. I have a few more questions to get us to our 10. So what's the procedure for larger pores? So Susan, thank you so much for asking that. So we have like I said, we have a plethora of lasers on site, as well as a microneedling device, as well as a radio frequency device. So the best procedure for large pores, of course, in combination with great skincare, because you need something resurfacing your skin. So if you guys are alive and you have skin and you're old enough to be watching a Facebook video, then you need to be on some type of resurfacing agent, whether it be a prescription strength or non-prescription strength, tretinoin, retinol, vitamin A, something of that. But in combination with that, if you're already doing that, you're like, got that, check that off the list, you can come in and we have a couple different options from resurfacing. So we've got laser resurfacing, we've got the gentle laser, we've got the, I've got an alexandrite that can go in and basically stimulate collagen in order to bring that newer, fresher skin to the surface to help eliminate some of the pore size. We've got a really deeper wavelength, the 1540, specifically for pores and scarring to help tighten. Truthfully, we're gonna induce a little bit of trauma because we wanna create a healing response. So you can come in and we numb the face, we laser the whole face, and you should see reduction in the pores. We've got chemical peels. Chemical peels are great if you're thinking, oh, I'm kind of leery of the whole laser scene. We've got chemical peels, we've got microneedling. Microneedling, same thing, creates tiny micro injuries across the entire surface of the face, helps some of that dead skin to come off, bringing that newer skin to the surface, making the skin look more youthful, more resilient. So yes, absolutely, Susan, great question, and tons of stuff here that we can help you with. Do you have weekend or evening hours? Why, Stacy, we absolutely do. Of course, you guys are working women. Just because you're watching on a Wednesday morning doesn't mean you're not having to go to work here soon. So yes, absolutely. We offer Saturday appointments. We usually have someone here on site throughout the week until at least 6 o'clock. And then of course we also on Thursdays, we have a later night on Thursday. So if you're thinking, even 6 o'clock is not enough, we usually can get you in late on a Thursday. So that is perfect. I think I have one more spot for I think if I did my math correctly, who knows? I think I have one more spot to get you guys in for our top 10 questions. If anyone else has a question, so my first 10 people to ask a question today, we're going to be entered into a drawing for a free skincare product. So is there anyone else who wants to grab a question and grab a spot at that potential winning? We've talked everything now from liquid facelifts to body contouring to laser. I think obviously our name, the Laser Institute of Pinehurst, I think you kind of get the hint that we have lots of lasers on site. We also, if you have not heard the amazing, wonderful news, which you guys honestly, if you want to stay current on all the stuff that we have going on, give us a call because we can, Stacy, great question. Let me answer it. And that puts you in the list too. give us a call because we can put you on our email list and let you know when we have specials, promotions. We just opened a wellness center on the other side. I keep saying the other side. If you come to our facility, you'll see these two beautiful buildings. We used to only house one side, but within the last year, we actually house both sides, so we have lots of things going on. So Stacy, that is a wonderful question. So since we opened our doors, we have carried the line called Cosmetics. And then as our doors were open, we had a huge pressure and a huge push to bring in some prescription skincare. So we also carry Obagi. Obagi is an amazing line as well. That's dispensed physician only. They do have some Obagi now that's not dispensed physician only. So make sure that if you're using Obagi products that you did not get from a physician dispensed place, that you're actually using the prescription strength product, because a lot of times you'll get a little bit of a better deal, but it's not quite the same. So Obagi, we have Elastin. I don't know if you've ever heard of Elastin. Elastin is kind of taken over the skincare industry right now because it was created for pre and post procedure. And the results that they were getting pre and post procedure with facelifts and with laser treatments was just so phenomenal that they marketed into a full-on line for anyone. So that's going to be your super, how do I say this? Just very, very packed with nutrients. They have a triplex, a tri-hex combination of ingredients that are going to go in and actually, truthfully, kind of weed out, if that makes sense, weed out some of the damage so that the new footwork can be laid so they can, make it even better. You got to take that old paint off the car before you paint it, right? So lots of different lines here. We do offer as well the Neova sun protection. They have a fabulous line. But so yes, I think I have my 10. I think I have 10 questions that have been asked this morning. You guys continue to look for us. Call the office if you want to get on our email list. It's 910-295-1130. We would love to get to kind of reach out to you. And don't forget, just because if you don't live close by, if you live out of state and you're not near us, we have so much that we can do now with technology that we can actually do consultations face-to-face via FaceTime, via Facebook, via Instagram. So if you want a consultation face-to-face with one of our providers, one of our nurses, our PA, you can absolutely do that. I know we can't laser you, but we can get you in the right direction. Our company is affiliated with the humongous Cynosure. A lot of our, Tabitha, I love you, girl. A lot of our companies that we can find a laser center that can do exactly what we can do. If it's something where you think, oh gosh, I really, really want to try that, we can send you in the right direction. But thank you so much for Coffee and Questions with me this morning. I have truly enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys when you come in an office, and I will let you guys know who our lucky winner is shortly. Thank you so much. Bye.